This is the KDO Podcast. We're here with Kyle the Wunder.
Guys, thank you for having me. My name is Kyle. I go by Wunder. Makes we've been making music all the time. I've been doing this for a few years now, so I'm happy to be here and share my thoughts on what inspired me to do what I do every day. So thanks for having me, guys.
Anytime, man. Okay, so right into the question. We'll jump right into it. Music is a beautiful thing. We want you to let us know who the top 5 people that inspired you, who gave you the go-to to be able to do what you do today, who you style your music after, and if someone has put out as much music as you, as successful as it, I feel like someone's got to be back there pulling the strings.
For me, top 5?
Yeah, top 5.
Okay. Just rappers or musicians in general?
Musicians in general.
Okay. As of right now, it's probably pretty obvious. But Eminem was definitely someone who inspired me. I think that I feel like people hate on the new Eminem, but the way that he styles his delivery and his rhymes now are just like on a whole other level, and like it's very technical with him now. Now that he kind of told his story, now the only thing he can really do is show his technicality. So I feel like that's the reason why I'm really into his music, and that makes me, when I put together rhymes, to be more technical with it. Another hip hop artist who really inspired me was Royce the 5'9". He works with Eminem a lot, but he's definitely someone who's really crazy with his rhymes. He's definitely changed a lot in the past 5 years, I would say, from when I started listening to him back in 2011 when they dropped their Bad Meets Evil EP and whatnot. But him and M go way back. But Royce is probably one of my also favorite rappers. He's really crazy with the rhymes and his flow and everything, which is really good. He's also a good freestyler too. A non-rapper who inspires me is John Bellion. I don't know if you guys heard about him, but he kind of just coming up. He came up under Logic for a little bit, but now he's doing his own independent thing, which is really cool. He just dropped an album. I forgot what month it was, a couple months ago, late summer or early summer, something like that. It was called The Human Condition. If you guys haven't heard that, you should really check it out. That was an incredible album. And he actually wrote the hook for The Monster by Eminem, which I found kind of interesting too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he produces a lot, and he's an in-house ghostwriter for a lot of artists. So he has a lot of talent. Someone else who inspires me. Let's see. I would say Black Bear as well. I don't know if you guys know who Black Bear is. He's from LA. He's a really cool singer. His lyrics kind of reflect on my lyrics a little bit. So the way he does his music is really cool. I'm into that. And then number 5. Let me think, man. I like Coldplay a lot too. Coldplay is a great band, man. I love all their music. I really just got into them this past year because I have some real close friends who listen to them. But yeah, man, I saw them in concert, and I think that's the best concert I've ever been to. Just the way they do their pyrotechnics and all that stuff, it was just insane. So those are probably my 5 biggest ones right now. But
yeah, that's insane. John Bellion's a really good one. He's insanely talented.
Yeah, he's crazy.
I liked him on Uncomfortable with Andy Mineo, the song. He was it was crazy. And stuff he did in the studio with that, and the song in general, the message was just. I saw it live in concert, and it was.
You saw him live?
Oh, Andy performed the song.
Oh, yep. Mm-hmm.
But that song was insane.
Yeah, I'm seeing him tomorrow night. That should be pretty cool. Yeah, he's really talented.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My inspirations probably stem back to more gangster rap, kind of my number one inspiration always will be, I don't care what anybody says, will probably just be Lil Wayne.
Yep. Hey man. Hey, no joke. I love Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
Lil Wayne's one of my favorite rappers of all time.
I don't care what anybody says about his beliefs and stuff. The way he raps is just he puts people in their place every time. And I'm not just saying that just to be because he's cool and everything, but he was day one. He was the reason I started rapping.
Oh, for sure, man. After Eminem, I listened to Lil Wayne for years. I remember the day the Carter 4 dropped, I was freaking out. I was ooh, this is crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, Lil Wayne's definitely one of my favorite rappers, and he always will be.
Yeah.
So.
He doesn't get a lot of credit either. He created so much for the hip hop culture and the different stuff that they do.
For real.
All the different lingo and stuff and all that. That's all Wayne. A lot of people try.
He made a whole style of rapping, man. The metaphors he started with, people always copy him now.
Oh yeah.
And he doesn't get credit for it,
Bling Bling. That's all Lil Wayne. That was just off the dome. The fact that he doesn't even write anything down, just goes in there.
Yeah, man. Lil Wayne's crazy talented, man. He does different styles all the time, and he doesn't get a lot of credit for it, but the ones who the people who recognize the real inner workings of the hip hop industry understand how much influence he's had.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, definitely, man. I agree with you 110%.
Especially what's happening right now with him and Baby.
Yeah.
I like what Drake said, like, free C5, how can we have the boss waiting? Like, I don't understand, like, why, like, he's been so good for so long. How can you just, like, I understand the beef between him and Baby, like, that's the card at 5.
It's just money, man. I mean, money can make people do crazy things, you know? Yeah. I mean, it's crazy because they're both so rich. And I think Baby's a little more rich than Lil Wayne. Yeah. He's, like, more the head of the label and everything. But just greed, you know? Like, greed can tear a friendship apart. They've been friends for a couple of decades now, so.
Almost family.
Yeah, they technically are family. I mean, not so much anymore, but it's just money, man. What money can do to a relationship is crucial. Yeah. But,
as a fan, like, he always putting stuff out and, like, the memoirs and stuff got until November. And then, like, what he did with Yo Gotti. Mm-hmm. And all that stuff. It's just like, man, it's just teasing now. And I feel like that's been kind of the problem Wayne's had, like, his whole career was, like, you know, not putting stuff out and, like, sorry for the waits and stuff like that. But I feel like that's just been, like, more and more music. And you look up and down his career, all that man does is produce. Yeah. You know, he just creates and produces.
And if you look at, like, a new artist, his influence still lives on, you know, like, through YG and Young Thug. Like, I'm guarantee you Lil Wayne's their favorite rapper. I mean, I already know what he does for Young Thug. Young Thug said Lil Wayne is a huge influence. He cited him as one of his biggest influences. Yeah. So it's like, I mean, Baby he doesn't really have much dirt on Lil Wayne because all the artists that he brought up, like Young Thug and Rich Gang and all them, like, they respect Lil Wayne, you know? Probably more than Baby, you know? So, I mean, it is interesting. But, yeah, Lil Wayne's definitely a legend. And he'll always be a legend in my book, so.
Yeah, I mean, I think, this is my opinion, I think you should just go over to, like, OVO or, like, to...
I disagree.
Like, MMG, so you can actually get the music out.
Okay, yeah. MMG would be cool, but I say no to OVO because I was a big Drake fan, but this year, I'm announcing to everyone I give up on Drake, like, officially. The reason why, there's many reasons why I can get, do you want me to go into it? Yeah. Okay. The reason why I'm giving up on Drake as an artist is because, Take Care will always be one of my favorite hip-hop albums of all time, man. Take Care.
It hits me in the feels every single time.
Dude, it still is a classic album. And look at this. If you look back at Thank Me Later, not his best work, but he was hungry. He sounded hungry on it. Oh, yeah. He sounded like he was excited to be a part of the game, and he was thankful to people who put him where he was. Yeah. Go to Take Care. Huge evolution within a one-year period. Crazy evolution. I remember the day the album dropped, I was like, well, how is he coming up with these lyrics? Like, he's not a lyricist in the terms of like Eminem is in the way of Eminem, but Drake will say things, not even just punchlines. Like he did do punchlines more earlier on in his career. He was influenced by Lil Wayne, obviously. Yeah. But if you look at some of the things he says, they just hit you in a certain way. Yeah. You know, and when it came to Take Care, like that would happen so much. But then you fast forward to Views. That was such a lackluster album. Like it was so long, and a lot of the songs really did not need to be there. Yeah. And I mean, it was cool. Like, there were some good songs in there, like Keep the Family Close and Feel No Ways. And, I mean, One Dance is cool. But, like...
West and Road Close.
Yeah. I feel like... Okay, looking at OVO, Drake has signed Party Next Door, Majid Jordan, Roy Woods, and Division, right? Yeah. We never really hear about them because Drake is... I see Drake as a very selfish artist. Because he's at the top of the game right now. He's the most relevant he will be. I don't think he can get any more relevant. He has the biggest fan base I think he's ever had now. And I feel like he's become very lazy with his songwriting. And he really oversteps his boundaries when it comes to, like, talking about other artists. Like, for example, the Cudi thing. Oh, my God. Like, you don't make fun of a man who's in rehab, you know? I mean, I get that Drake was upset. And, like, he didn't, like, say anything super personal to Cudi. But, like... Yeah. I just feel like that there was no reason for him to have to speak on that, you know? I mean, and then that's not even really the reason why I'm not giving up on him, but like, I just think I forgot. I think it was in Charged Up, that song he dropped last summer. He was talking about how come over to OVO, we'll make sure you get your bread and we'll teach you the ropes or something like that. Yeah. But that's not what he's been doing with his artists. He puts them on the back burner and uses them for production credits on his projects, never shouts them out for all the work they do. Take Care was technically a Weekend album. Yeah. And Views, a lot of the tracks were produced by the producer who's part of Majid Jordan, but he didn't give any credit to them. You have to look it up on Wikipedia to see all the production credits, but he doesn't say, thank you to my team for helping me put this together. He only ever really shouts out 40, because if it wasn't for 40, Drake couldn't even be where he was today. Yeah. So, I mean... Drake's a cool artist, the things he's done for the game in the past 5 years are like very significant to me and my journey and to many others who I talk to and know about. But however, starting this year, I feel like he's just starting to fall into he's getting greedy, he's getting cocky, and I just don't really like where his music's going right now. So I mean, I don't know.
I kind of like. I mean, I'm feeling his new stuff. I feel like there's a lot of energy in that. I think there's a lot more energy, especially in Fake Love. There's a lot more energy in that than there were in most of the Views songs. But I feel like the Views album was very throwback.
Yeah.
And laid back. I think that was kind of like the attitude of it, and I appreciate that because I like old.
I like that too. Yeah.
But yeah, it did feel kind of like it was missing something. I honestly thought Nothing Was the Same was better than.
Oh yeah, definitely. Nothing Was the Same was a great album. I liked the hits on that album were really good, and I liked the vibe to it. I still think Take Care is his best album, but Nothing Was the Same. He definitely probably had the highest energy out of any project. If you don't count, if you're reading This Is Too Late. Yeah. But I think with Views, I'm just not sure, man. I don't like the way he's going. Yeah.
Well, everybody's entitled to their opinion. I think that someone like Drake is, he's made it. He's up there with the greats now. So I mean, he's probably just out there playing ball right now. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, Drake, he's a great artist and stuff. But I mean, the feels like most of his album. Like I know in Take Care, like the Buried Alive interlude, which wasn't even like Drake wasn't even on that. Mm-hmm. I feel like that was like probably one of the most influential, like relatable songs.
Definitely, man. Kendrick's a genius. Yeah. I think so many people forget that Kendrick was on a Drake interlude. No one ever really cites that song, which is interesting because, I mean that was a crazy. That's the whole the whole album was just crazy. Like so many things Drake did that he would never do today, for so many reasons. Because he has so many beefs with people now, and it's like he beef with Kendrick, beef with Meek Mill. He's beef with so many people now, and it's just like. This man has like barely any friends left. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I feel like the only one that he didn't really like start was the whole Kendrick one. I feel like that was kind of like misled.
I feel like that was misled by the community. Like I feel like if we as the people wouldn't have really said anything about it, like that wouldn't have even been a thing, really. Yeah. I mean, that was just a bunch of subliminal disses. But like, I think they both had the right to subliminally diss each other because they were both at the top of their game at the time, and they still are. Yeah. But I just feel like Kendrick doesn't really see Drake as in his lane anymore because Kendrick's going more towards the poetic, like Tupac, like raw hip hop stuff and jazz. It's kind of like what Anderson .Paak is doing. I don't know if you heard Anderson .Paak. Anderson .Paak is a new Dre signee, Dr. Dre signee. He's great. And just Mac Miller is kind of starting to take that route now too with his new project, but. I feel like there's two different kinds of rappers now. There's two main ones that are still big today. The ones that take the pop rap route and the ones that take the jazzy hip hop route. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like, I can see why some of those people don't get along because they do look at the game in different ways and from different perspectives. But I think it is an interesting thing to point out. So.
Yeah, I remember on How to Pimp a Butterfly, and then his album before that. Yeah. It was. Totally different. It threw me for a loop, and then I thought, okay, I could vibe with this kind of Kendrick, and just like the different like jazzy flows and the different rhymes that he had and different ideas and stuff. Even just the cover of the album. Good lord.
Yeah, I actually hated the album the first time I heard it. I don't want to say I hated it. I was disappointed, but the more I listened to it, I was like, well, this man's really trying to do something different, and I respect that, and I fell in love with the project. Yeah. I love every song on it now. I don't skip any tracks when I listen to it. So. Yeah. Definitely a classic, man.
Yeah. And I always thought that, like, his album before that was just, like, legendary.
Oh, yeah, good command. Oh, man. Like, when that album dropped, it was insane. I was like, Dre's on 2 songs? Like, what? Yeah. Yeah, it was good, man. I think everything coming out of Interscope these days is very top-notch. Yeah. And Aftermath. I can't really say the same for Shady Records, but I definitely think that those guys still got something going on that's very special that the hip-hop community needs to definitely continue to pay attention to over the years. So.
Yeah, I feel like Interscope is, especially like with Game and stuff. Yeah. They're more in tune with the history of hip hop. Like Game's definitely his like 1992 was like it's very like old school and like it still keeps that.
You said 1992?
Yeah. Yeah. That like old school vibe and stuff like that. And
he was taking some influence from Doggy Style too. Yeah. Yeah, with the cover and everything. Yeah, so you can definitely respect that, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Anything old school has like always been like I'm a huge Mr. Fab fan.
Okay, yeah.
And so like I just started like listening to his last album like Saturday, and I was like driving through Oakland and stuff, and I was like, oh.
Which one was that? That was Son of a Pimp too.
Yeah, Son of a Pimp.
He has some crazy features on that thing, man.
He does.
Oh, he records at the same studio I record at.
Really?
Yeah, in Oakland. Stay tuned. Yeah.
Yeah, he's crazy, and then like that Not in Love Anymore song was just like. that is 90s hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
That's like 90s love songs. Like it doesn't get any better than that.
I just wish Bay Area artists wouldn't rely so much on features.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool. It's great when you see someone from like LA or New York or Detroit come onto a Bay Area artist song, but I feel like Bay Area artists, I mean, they do give credit to our area. That's great that these other artists are coming in giving credit to it as well, but I wish that we could get a little more sense of like who these Bay Area artists are, because there's so many good ones and there's a lot more bad ones, you know? So it's like making music in the Bay for the past 3 years now. I've met so many real ones, so many fake ones, and it's like you can tell these people's motivations. They're different. Some people do it just for the money. Some people do it actually because they have a love for their area and for the music. And it's getting hard when these people drop these projects to tell which one's which, because the music can sound good, but if you litter every song with 5 featured guests here and there, and it's like they're bringing them in for a verse, not even really to add anything to the track. It's kind of like, what kind of story is this artist trying to tell? Is he trying to flex with all these features, showing that he has money and connections, or is he really trying to tell a story and have people be influenced by these featured guest stories as well? So I don't know. But I feel like with the Mr. Fab album, even though I didn't really listen to it fully yet, it had a lot of features, and like that kind of turns me off a little bit. There was only one song that didn't. But I mean, I will give it a listen when I get some time, and I'll come back and say how I truly feel about it. But from first impressions,
Yeah, like I've been following Mr. Fab for a long time, and my brother first showed him to me, and he was talking about the 209 and the Bay Area and the Valley, and I was like,
yep,
that's my home, and that's pretty much what was like a big influence for times, and you know, like just like the melodies and like the choruses and stuff, and I don't know, I'm just a sucker when people put it down from where they're from. I feel like that's the realest and truest thing a hip hop artist can do.
Definitely, man. I feel like hip hop artists have always been doing that, you know, like I feel like it's disrespectful if you don't mention where you're from, and at least in every project, or you don't rep for where you're from or the people that you grew up with, you know. But if there's anything Drake does a good job of, I think it's putting on Toronto. If there's anything he does good still, I think it's definitely how he kind of transferred from, like he said, he used to flex like he was a Southern rapper because he was influenced by all these Southern rappers. He used to say like he was from New Orleans and doing all this gangsta stuff, when in reality he was not. He grew up in a nice community in Toronto, you know. So I mean, I think he is doing a good job of like showing where he's really from, and like, but I mean, I don't know, man. I think it is important for rappers to talk about where they're from, though, for sure. All artists. All right.
Yeah, like that is important, and I feel like that can cause like strife, like with the whole West Coast East Coast thing back in like the 80s and the 90s. I mean, that was just hip hop at its best, and I'm in the middle because Empire State of Mind is one of my favorite songs, and California Love's one of my favorite songs. Like I love both sides, and I was like, why can't we all just be friends?
Yeah, I mean, that was a very big time for hip hop, though.
Yeah,
so I feel like that beef and that tension was very necessary to advance us into the new millennium, you know?
It was.
But I definitely think that was interesting. I don't know if hip hop could handle something like that today.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
everyone's it's so watered down now, you know?
Especially with social media.
Yeah. Oh yeah, social media. Oh, Twitter would be ablaze, man. I wouldn't even want to be on it, to be honest.
Yeah, it'd be won and lost on social media.
Twitter can be very annoying, and like, I would love to see how that would play out back in the 90s if Twitter was around and social media was around, like all these memes and all these trends and Vines shutting down. But you know what I mean?
Yeah. Could you imagine like Tupac and Biggie with the Twitter account?
Man.
Like.
Yeah, that would be ridiculous. There'd be like some fight videos or some gunfight videos on Twitter. You know, those little 30-second clips they have and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. It would be interesting to watch, but it'd probably get old after a while. You know? I don't know.
I feel like that'd be interesting for the 90s.
Yeah.
But I mean, who knows? The Cubs won the World Series. A lot of weird things can happen. Maybe this beef is gonna happen. You know, maybe West Coast and East Coast is gonna revive again.
Maybe, man. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out who would be the head of the beef, though.
Really?
Who do you think is the most prominent East Coast rapper right now who's popping?
I would like to say Jay-Z, but he's not making any music.
Nah. Jay-Z's dead. Jay-Z's been dead.
Ever since like his scandal with Beyonce.
Yeah. I think
him, so.
That's true.
I was a big fan of the Blueprint 3, but I think everything... Okay, Watch the Throne was cool, too.
Yeah.
But that was more of a Kanye influence. I feel like Jay was just along for the ride, you know?
Yeah.
But I definitely think Jay-Z has a lot of highlights in his career. I can't say that about the last 5 years or so though.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like Magna Carta Holy Grail, the vision for it was cool, but his delivery, I just don't like I don't think he's a good rapper, man. I never liked Jay-Z.
Yeah.
He has good stuff, like good material, like Blueprint 1, the Black Album, Blueprint 3, classics. You know, Reasonable Doubt, obviously, but I don't know, man. He has a big discography. He has a lot of albums that are very forgettable to me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like Kingdom Come and American Gangster, like no one really quotes those or.
Yeah.
I don't know, but.
Yeah, I feel like for West Coast, it would probably be G-Eazy. He would probably lead the charge for the West.
Oh, man.
G-Eazy and Game would probably be like
G-Eazy?
The top.
I think it's definitely Kendrick Lamar, man. For hip-hop.
Well, yeah.
In terms of hip-hop, G-Eazy, oh, man. Okay. This is interesting. Okay. Kendrick Lamar would destroy G-Eazy in any form of anything. Life-wise, he could beat him in a rap battle. He could beat him in anything, man. I feel like...
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel... Okay, so my West Coast pick would be Kendrick. Okay. My East Coast pick...
Well, East Coast isn't as popular as it used to be.
Yeah, I feel like when it comes to East Coast, like we recognize that these great artists are from there, but they never mention it in their music. You know, I think damn near the only artist who still really puts on for the East Coast is Nas.
Yeah.
And like you don't really hear Jay-Z talk about New York. He did in that song with Alicia Keys on Blueprint 3, but I feel like Nas is like probably the grandfather of the East Coast hip hop movement right now.
Oh yeah, for sure.
For sure. Nas is probably my second favorite rapper of all time. I forgot to mention him earlier, but I love Nas.
Yeah, the Illmatic is probably one of my favorite albums of all time.
And just the fact that the album was short. I love 10-song albums. I think anything longer is too much or shorter, it's not an album. But I think Illmatic was definitely very straightforward to the point. It was just perfect. It was flooded with good lines and rhymes and syllable choices and everything. Yeah. But
So yeah, G-Eazy.
G-Eazy, man. All right, so I'm gonna ask you a question. Why do you see G-Eazy as ahead of the West Coast hip hop movement right now?
I see him as one of the top ones. I don't think he's ahead. I think him and Game would lead the charge. But I feel like G-Eazy is like one of those rappers that like takes a lot of influence from like people like Too Short and stuff like that, and he's from Oakland. Mm-hmm. Like you can't really deny people from Oakland. Like,
isn't he from Berkeley?
Berkeley, yeah, whatever.
Okay, yeah.
And he is literally, and we all know how good E40 is, like how legendary he is.
Ooh.
He's E40's protege.
Oh yeah, man. I think E40 is a legend. I think when you think Bay Area, I think E40, and I think Too Short. Yeah. And obviously Mac Dre. Yeah. But I don't know, man. Yeah, rest in peace to Mac Dre, legend. But I don't know, man. I'm not feeling G-Eazy. I feel like These Things Happen was a terrific album. It was great. The first time I heard it, I was like, ooh, this guy's got some heat. I definitely liked how he puts on for the Bay Area. I respect that 110%. I love that. It's very relatable being a white kid surrounded from the Bay Area, you know. But I don't know. I feel like with his latest project, When It's Dark Out, the rapping lacked a little and the features lacked a little. Like there were some great names on there: Big Sean, Chris Brown, Too Short, obviously. But I don't know. I feel if you look at These Things Happen, he used to make music with Black Bear. He used to make music with Christoph Anderson and Devin Baldwin. I think they used to date, I'm pretty sure, but they broke up. And like ever since then, like he kind of like got this big head, you know. I don't know. He definitely has skill when it comes to his music. I think he definitely has some classics under his belt, and he has some songs that I would list as some recent Bay Area classics. Yeah. But I know he's from the Bay, but I don't look at him as a Bay Area rapper. I look at him as just one of the new age like rappers. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I feel it.
His music doesn't sound Bay to me. That's the thing.
Yeah. And he has a really good pop influence too, which if, you know, ever was a beef like East Coast, West Coast, I feel like the pop influence would have a lot to do with it.
I think he's terrific at choosing, at picking up singers, like female singers for his hooks. He has some of the best decisions ever. Yeah. But I don't know, man. I think his new album, he brought no personality for me. I need that personality when it comes to a hip-hop artist. Technicality is very important, but I think that's where people are lacking with the Eminem movement right now. He's not really bringing a lot of personality. He's funny. Like, I laugh when I listen to his lyrics. However, his personality is just, I see him as like, not washed up, but like an older guy just trying to prove that he can still put together bars, you know? And with G-Eazy, yeah, the guy can rhyme, but he repeated a lot of the same things throughout his album. And on the song Calm Down on his newest project, he was like, the second album's almost done. You should be scared or prepare or something like that. And it's like, now that your album's out, like, this sounds like a song you should have dropped before the album dropped, but it's on your album and you're saying the album's almost out. But people could have only listened to that song after your album came out.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like he doesn't look into things like that, and he's more concerned with just having new material to tour with and really, like, make a classic project. But These Things Happened was great. I love that project. But When It's Dark Out was a little lackluster, in my opinion. But
yeah, I feel like if anybody was to spearhead something for the West Coast, it would definitely be The Game. Because, good Lord.
Why not Kendrick?
No, Kendrick could be there. I just feel like The Game is so, like,
aggressive,
general with it.
Okay.
So, like, you know,
yeah.
El Capitan.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the more aggressive West Coast rappers of our generation.
Yeah. I feel like he's the leader, but I feel like Kendrick Lamar would be like.
I feel like Kendrick could be the spearhead when it comes to the music side of things, but Game would be kind of like the mediator. You know what I mean? Because he has a very aggressive temper, which is good because that kind of originated in the East Coast, and like the West Coast kind of saw it more as like happy and uplifting.
Yeah.
Not so much when it came to hip hop, but yeah, hip hop a little bit too. But I definitely think that The Game has an attitude that you don't really see anymore, especially how long he's been in the game.
Yeah.
He dropped his debut record 11 years ago, so you know it's like it is good to see that he's still very energetic about what he's doing and like the things he's trying to push and his feelings toward other artists and whatnot. But I feel like his music hasn't been that great recently.
Yeah.
Like the documentary 2 was a big letdown. I didn't really get a chance to go into 1992 that much, but I feel like his verse on Dr. Dre's Compton album was terrific. Like Dr. Dre gave him his own song. He killed that song.
Yeah.
Like it was like his aggressive flow on that was ridiculous. It was great. I was really into it, but when it comes to like the stuff I don't know, I feel like he should have, like Documentary 2, for example, had so many features on it, you know? It didn't feel like a Game album to me. It felt like a compilation, you know? But, I don't know.
And I feel like songs like 100 and like, you know, songs like My Life, you know, he had all these good features in hip-hop, and he had all these good stories that he told, and, you know, he kind of like, I like how he kind of like comes to rappers' aids, like in 100, he came to the aid of Drake, you know, with the whole Meek Mill thing. And he's like, you beefing with Drake, that's cool. Don't come to the West Coast, not even H-Town. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. Wow, like, he just like shut like a whole half the United States down.
Hey, what do you think about Meek Mill right now? I'm gonna ask you about that. What's your opinion on Meek Mill?
I haven't really listened to DC4 because I'm still kind of like a Drake fan. I kind of just push everybody that opposes him to the side. Okay. But I think he's always been one of my favorite rappers. He's always been one of my biggest influences as far as street goes. Is like listen to Dreams and Nightmares, and that song still gives me chills.
Yeah, that song's great.
And I think that he's just either he pointed the wrong finger at the wrong people. He's just taking a lot of L's this year or like last year, but I feel like he does a good job of avoiding distraction and like not letting that hurt him or like stop him doing what he's doing.
I agree with you. I did get a chance to listen to DC4. It was okay. I think it was better. I think it was a better project than like. I'll have to say, okay, he's a much better rapper than Drake when it comes to rapping, but Meek Mill can't craft hits unless there's someone else on the track with him. You know, I mean, he has some cool songs like "Flexing on Him" back in the day. You know, that was a cool solo track that he made, but all his new hits, you notice they all have features in them. Like the most popular song off DC4 was the one with Tory Lanez, and that was because of Tory's verse. You know, and like, I don't know, I feel like DC4 was not a good follow-up project after all this beef. It was cool. It was a good project. I feel like through all these things that happened, this is the most significant time in his career. he had one shot to make it or break it, and I feel like he broke it. You know.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like I like Meek Mill's energy. He never lacks when it comes to energy.
Yeah.
His lyrics always give me chills still, but I don't think he's doing anything very relevant. When you look at hip hop, you don't think Meek Mill. You know, like he's not doing anything to further the movement. He's kind of trying to tell his own. He's been telling the same story for half a decade now. You know, so
yeah.
But I mean, props to him for keeping up with energy, which is good. He always has the energy, which is nice.
Yeah, and if you always have a story to tell, you're always keeping it real too.
Yeah,
it's the same story, and that's what I respect about him. And guys like Kendrick Lamar tell that story too. Dr. Dre.
Yeah, for sure.
Stories to tell. You know, even Drake, he tells his own story too. You know, like I always find that influencing, and like Eminem, if you ever have a story to tell, that's always good as an artist. Yeah,
definitely, man. I feel. How should I say this? I feel like MMG kind of fell off recently.
Yeah.
How do you feel? Do you agree?
I feel like Ross could drop more. I feel like Wale's probably sitting on something. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I heard Wally's a total asshole in real life, man.
Oh, probably.
Yeah, I was like, it doesn't seem like it, but
probably.
That's what I heard. I was like, whoa. I think the best Meek Mill project would have to be. I like Dream Chasers too. That was a good mixtape.
Yeah.
He had Kendrick, Drake, and Big Sean on that tape, and I was really into that one.
We actually remixed Rico.
He remixed it?
Me and Izzy.
Oh, you guys remixed it? I'll have to hear that for sure.
Izzy needs to work on his verse, but yeah.
Oh, for sure. I didn't even know he rapped.
Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah.
But what's it called? Yeah, the best Mill project is either his debut project, his Dreams and Nightmares, or Dream Chasers 2. Wale's best project was easily Ambition.
Oh, yeah.
And Ross's best project, a lot of people say it's his first one, Port of Miami, hustling. But I think it's, his best album.
I think it's God Forgives, I Don't.
Or Mastermind. Mastermind was cool too. It had a big Kanye influence, which I liked.
Yeah.
The song he had with Wayne on there was really good too, Thug Cry. So, yeah, those two projects for him are really good.
Yeah.
But, oh, dude, I love the song he had with Jay-Z and Dr. Dre on God Forgives, I Don't. Three Kings. That song was great.
Yeah.
Terrific song. It's like, what? These two guys with Rick Ross? Like, what the heck? But, like, it was cool.
Yeah. So that's the beautiful thing about hip-hop. That's why I like cyphers, you know, because you can have, like, a bunch of different people, a bunch of different personalities, a bunch of different lives.
Yeah.
And ideas and stuff like that. And you have that on one track. It's beautiful.
What do you think was the best hip-hop cypher? It could be BET or anything, like in the past 5 years, 10 years.
I think that one where, like, I think Kendrick was coming up. He was, like, new. And he did it during the BET Awards.
Was it the BET? Oh, was it the XXL?
Yeah.
Freshman cypher?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think my favorite XXL freshman cypher would either be the one... 2014 was cool. I liked that class. The one with Chance the Rapper was good. I like the one with Jaron Bent. Oh, no, John Connor. He's also a new Dre artist.
Yeah.
I wasn't really into... What's up?
I like the one with Joey Badass, too.
Oh, yeah. Travis Scott, his freshman cypher was crazy. Sounded nothing like his music does, which was kind of cool. He came in, like, spitting some crazy stuff. But, yeah, man, XXL is getting weaker and weaker by every year, I think.
Yeah.
I think 2015 probably had to be one of the worst picks ever. Like, you know, I like Fetty Wap, but his freestyle was so bad, man. It was
he's
like,
not a rapper.
Yeah, I don't know, man. He's cool though. Like, that man knows how to craft some hit songs.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
All right, so I'm gonna ask you something you completely can deny it if you want. Okay. This is just something that I think would be cool to have. Mm-hmm. Would you be down to do a freestyle right now?
A freestyle right now.
And just do it up.
Sure, man. Let's do it.
Okay. Izzy, hook it up.
Why not?
I feel like sway right now.
I never back down from a challenge.
What are we gonna talk?
Yeah, you are. Okay, here we go. So here's the beat.
Alright. Am I good to go? Wait, am I starting? Wait, I'm going? Alright. Yeah. This is totally on the spot, but that's all good. Alright, look. It's Wunder. Yeah. See, I've been spitting for so many years. Yeah, I cried plenty tears, doing everything while my friends down 20 beers. I don't get it. I'm just trying to understand the lyrical concept. This is a process, so let me be honest. I've been grinding ever since I was a youngin'. I'm doing this right now. I'm gonna keep it 100. Yeah, all of these numbers in my mind, all these statistics, doing all of this shit. I'm following my religion. I got everything. I got it all in my mind now. My time's now. I rhyme loud. I grind loud. I'm hyped now. Look, and I'm a killer fulfilling it. One day I know that I'm gonna be stacking the millions, but that is not the overall goal. Never thought that I would say it, and this a game, but I ain't playing. I'm never delaying every single thing that I got on my mind. You cannot fall from my grind. I'm leaving you all behind. Look, what is all in my rhyme book? The time it took, every single thing that I'm doing, I'm stealing flows from myself. Guess I'm a self-made crook, doing everything I got. Well, look, understand why all of these rappers shook when they in my vicinity, all up in my proximity. Who's real to me? I don't even got a list. No one's ever gotta listen. The top I'm hitting, everything I'm doing, I'm in my own top position. Yeah, the opposition, I'm gonna give them a couple propositions. I got a pot to piss in, I gotta get it. I got a lot of people, they got to listen. They gotta understand how I'm getting everyone up in submission. This is my game and I'ma wish it. I'm dreaming every day like you know it's my tuition. I'm gonna pay attention, everything that I'm doing, everything I'm pursuing. You know the youngin' look fluent with the way I made a movement. I've been rapping, putting on a 209. Go out to the 5-0, record a song and do a show. Everything I got, man, I do it cause I'm on a roll. So damn small to make the honor roll. I'm on patrol, yeah, and I ain't messing around. Everything I'm doing, I'm putting on for my town, on my city. The lights are so pretty, these people that's with me, they rockin' with me until we gon' be in the Windy City one day. Up in Chicago, we doing all these new shows, new flows, and I don't even know what's happening. I'm coming around and I'm rapping, I'm rocking fashion. You already know what I'm saying, girls batting their eyelashes cause I'm Wunder. Alright.
Yeah. I think we all went a little further on that one. That was good.
Thanks.
That was good.
I'll prepare your funeral real quick.
Wow. Wow. Okay, give me a beat. I gotta counter that.
Okay. Well, have fun.
Oh man, I love it. I love freestyling. I've been doing it since I was 13. I love it.
Alright, let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Alright. No static?
Nah.
No?
No.
Here you go.
Remember back when I was a kid, I used to sit back, think about life, how I would get there, how I would climb the stairs, how I would be where I am. But now I'm thinking about how I stack the money, how I'm getting these honeys, how I'm running through the nine when you can't see me when I'm rolling through the 219. I'm on this beat, and you know I took the spot on my feet. You know I got some courage to get that money in a hurry. I kill half the game and to lace the boys up. Yeah, this is how I roll. And you see me when I'm going to school, and you see me on my ride, and you see me all the time, and I don't know what they're doing. I'm just trying to get my influence right, sipping on this beat like I'm doing it right. And you know how I roll. I shut it down for the people in the scope. This is how I ride. Coming from the 9, boy, I got the memories tight. I got the people by my side like Kyle, Hunter, and Izzy. We better get everybody in the game, killing them busy. You know how it go. We blowing through the 9 like ain't nobody know. I'm on this beat like the Eminem show. But you know how I ride. Similes at the Rivolies. You know how I go. The remedy and everything that I do is like the recipe. I'm on the beat and you know how I go. This is how I ride, like I'm rolling through the flow. This is how I go, like game back in the 90s. I pop someone to try to mess with the team. Pop someone to try to mess with the dream. I pop someone to try to mess with my scheme. Cause I'm lyrical, spiritual, physical. You know how I ride. You know how I go when I'm putting it down for the 9. It's every day and you know that I'm a legend. Oh my gosh, if I die right now, someone pop me, else won't be noticed. This time hasn't even dropped. Izzy dropped the record. Izzy dropped the record. Izzy dropped the beat so I can be that boy reverend. I feel like a young Jesse Custer preaching to these boys. Lyrics that I wrote down, don't need them, I'm coming out the dome. This is how I roll, like that one Eddie Mineo song. We talk about Candy Rain in 1995. This is how I roll, yeah. Had to let that last line breathe to take a second to get it. This is how I roll, try to be with me, homeboy, forget it. Yeah, this is how I roll. Izzy is dropping all the flows in the beat. He boxing like your boy moving his feet. Dance like a butterfly, skin like a bee on the beat. And you know how I ride. I put it down for the 219. Yeah.
Dope, man.
All right, you heard it here first. You heard it here last. Like Stone Cold said, because we said so, homeboy. This is the KDO Podcast. This is Kyle the Wanderer. Had a great time. Hope you have an amazing birthday. We love having you
Thanks,
over.
man.
Please come again.
Thank you for having me, guys. It was kind of interesting. It was very interesting being able to like share my opinion on different topics about the game, but I'll definitely be happy to do it again. Thank you for having me. It was a good time. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. We covered a lot. We can cover a lot more later.
Dope.
Until next time, stay outlaw, stay out.
Peace
late.
out.
This is how we roll.
Stay wonderful.